supplies haul. So we have 3 children, kindergartners. There are 2, they're 5 years, and 1 boy here that is gonna be starting preschool. So we're gonna be showing you back to school supplies, and at the end of this video we'll explain their progress, where they are, and what we have found that helps and all that stuff. My husband is gonna be the mastermind behind this video, because he is the teacher. He's the one that teaches the kids everything. So you're gonna be saying what this is for, what it has helped, and all that stuff, because our kids are really advanced in school and we're really proud of them, but my husband did most of the work.
The first is just basic school supplies. We have like a little container for each child. Inside the container we have markers, some notepads.
Let me show them notepads. Crayons, scissors, sharpener. Do we call it the sharpener?
Yeah, pencil sharpener, little pencils, and then eraser, and then Elmer's glue.
Those are very important for crafts.
And we have a lot of extra things too, but this just this is what we have fitting nicely in their packet for every day at school. So we have an extra pair of scissors, and we have some scissors activities workbook, which helps teach the kids and help them progress through their coordination with using scissors. So there's a lot of neat little projects there. So they cut out different size squares, and then they get a lot more advanced. They cut out like a portion of a house. Looks like ice cream cones, just things like that. So a lot of nice, colorful papers, pages, artwork for them to cut out and then practice their skills. So scissor skills, games, and shapes activity pad. The kids love cartoons about mechanics and shops that work on monster trucks and things like that. So they're a little familiar with the torsion wrenches and things like that. So here's a great activity to help them with hand-eye coordination, motor skills, and things like that.
While my husband is explaining, I'll be showing how to do it. Yeah. So as you see, it has everything there. So you just take it off. It helps them work with their hands, coordination for sure. And then you just put it in there. Oh, now this is the opening. Yeah, okay.
Go the other way. And there you go. Good job.
So this falls apart, right? And then you put it together. It is so good. Our kids love it. This is why you see it's open already. They love it, and it helps with them with their eyes, to use their eyes, because they have to put their eyes in these little things. We're gonna link everything down for you guys. If we find them, definitely everything will be linked. But as you see, you just put it there, and perfect for their little hands.
It's called Junior Mechanic. Along with the same thread as the motor skill development, this has been a great little game for them. It's called the Mini Muffin Matchup Set. It's like miniature muffins and like a muffin tin with the squeezable tool that they use to pick up objects.
So it has like, I think I've shown it in this channel, and a lot of you liked it, but in case you do not see it, so it has everything like this inside. You can play with the die, like this one is one for colors, and then this one is the one for numbers. So what you do, you roll the eyes and then the number, and then the child, whatever number or the color that the child chooses, they have to fill their muffin. Or I mean, different games. We're gonna tell you more games. So they use this little thing. We really want our kids, because our kids were born early, so they need more of muscle use and all that. So they take these muffins, you have to take them with this and then fill it up here. We teach them to take them out of this and just put them somewhere else. And not only that, it has colors, and also we use it to teach math. These are the colors, we put them there. We use them to teach math, like 1 + 1, and then they count them. It has a lot of activities. This one is one in a lot of things, and hence you're gonna see the price of it. It is packed. It is mathematics,
sorting
and
motor skill.
So it has pretty much, it's all in one. This is one of my favorite. Our kids love it. They can play all day long with this one too.
This is called the Polka Dot and Alphabet I Spy. I Spy is a wonderful way to teach your child a vocabulary, and this is along the same theme. This is alphabet oriented, where it starts out, my name is Alice, like A, and I'm looking for an apple. So you look for an apple on the page, and when you find it, you click on it, and it makes a popping noise, just like that. So it's a great way to teach the kids motor skills, well, vocabulary, actually.
Very, very good.
And that was supplied to us from the county.
Yeah.
And I really like the book.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you're gonna if you find anything, guys, I'll link everything down.
This is great arts and crafts setup that we have. It's called Wiki Stick, a fun activity book, and it has various projects associated with it. The kids really like this book. When we were reading to them quite a bit when they were about 2 years old. If you give a mouse a cookie, this is an activity set along with it.
Yeah, I bet my subscribers will know about this one too, if you don't know.
And I think one of your subscribers actually sent us that actual book that we read to the kids.
Yes. Yeah, one of us is a subscriber that sent it to us. So thank you so much to that subscriber that sent it to us.
So we've been able to teach the kids to read since we've been on the wait list for a lot of preschools. And I'm not even sure if a lot of preschools teach the kids how to read in this area. But we've been able to teach them to read and write. And their handwriting is pretty darn good. We've shown it in the past. This is the
handwriting of the boys. We've shown it multiple times.
This is their, this is Joshua writing his.
I'm trying to find Caleb's. So as you see, they write amazing. Anyway, I'll link down the video. I have a video on Instagram on my stories. If you want to see how I do things, I'll try to show these things on the Instagram. I have a homeschool tab on my Instagram that also I'll link this down for anyone that needs them. But also I'll show you one of the things that we did on Instagram, because I like to post their progress on Instagram too. And speak of which, the writing, how did we teach them writing?
Yeah, it's been a long process. And the kids, they didn't have a whole lot of strength in their fingers and their hands. It took them a long time to be able to hold a pen.
Some of people suggested that we get a bigger pen, but we decided not to. We knew that eventually they're gonna be able to grasp a small pencil. I know that some people here in America, they suggest you to get a bigger pen to get the motor skill. Pencil, yeah, and then to get your hands grip. But as we decided not to go that route, we knew that eventually they'll get it. Let me tell you, teaching kids to write was difficult, the most difficult thing. I think it was harder than teaching them to read, in my opinion. But
anyway, we went through various stages. This was a great book to teach them pen skills, pen control, things like that. And it took them quite a while to make it through this, but they liked it. There's a lot of fun activities, little mazes, teaches how to draw, things like that. A lot of activities, and but it gave them the strength to be able to hold a felt tip pen. And
not only that, this is the best. I mean, a lot of you have purchased it for sure. Or now, if you watch our day in the life vlogs, we have a lot of homeschooling stuff, how we did a lot of things. A lot of you purchased this one. The main reason why this one is good is that you just buy one and reuse it many times. The only thing that may finish it is the marker. So you just need to buy marker. As you guys saw, we already have markers in that pencil box. So you just write, and then let me show you. As you see, this is dry. I mean, it's a marker. You write and erase. And as you see here, this is amazing, you guys. So it goes from easy to difficulty. So the first pages are usually just like the child will just be learning to go from up to up, and then down, and then to the side, and all that stuff. And then you can always erase. Like this is I'll link down these markers too, but you can just like get them, and then the child will get the grasp of how to hold a pencil. And then they graduated to
this book here, which teaches them the alphabet, the letters, lowercase and uppercase letters, and it's big size, so it's easy for them to do.
Same concept. We erase, you do. These are the best. That was before they learn how to write. One thing I like about this one too is the fact that after then it has a space here for them to keep practicing. And as a parent, you're gonna start to realize that, oh, they're actually getting this writing thing. And we did this for like a year, almost a year, before they graduated to writing well. Let me say this, a lot of you like to say, now your kids write really, really well. They have beautiful handwriting. I'm from a country, I think even here in America, that handwriting is the most important thing also, because you want the teacher to be able to read what you say or what you're writing. You don't want the teacher to be guessing. So we really wanted them to mold their letters and everything. So as a parent, eventually after they do this book multiple times, you're gonna start to see, now I think they're getting it, because at first it's gonna be crooked, like they'll be writing 5, everything will be crooked, and then from there you'll see as a parent, and then we graduated them to a much harder book.
And then finally they graduated to this. This is where they're writing with the pencil, and it's it's the letters of the alphabet.
It has all the letters, uppercase and lowercase. And then the child will continue and learn the thing. So
after they made it through those first 2 workbooks, then they picked up holding the pencil pretty quickly. So those 2 other books laid down the foundation for their hand muscles and coordination and things like that. And then just to mix up the time, they really like this writing pad. I don't know if it's magnetic or whatever, but would you like to just
demonstrate
it, Vanessa?
Yeah.
Or Vanna?
So yeah, this one is similar to those ones, but this one is more freestyle. You don't see how the letter is like you can just write cat. You can just write the cat like this, and then from there you just erase it. I think actually I'm writing, and then you can erase it, and then they can learn to write, for example, J, C, B, and they just like write all these things, and then from there erase it. And then this one actually is preschool. It's also going to be for Michael. And let me ask you, are you going to teach Michael the same way you taught the boys?
I think so.
Yeah.
If it worked well with them, I'm sure it's going to work well with them.
So this one came from this actually.
So this came from our local library, and it has various packets to help teach them how to read, help them count, basic math and things like that. And I think we've highlighted this before. But there's various modules. I think this one is the numbering one, help teach them to count to 100. And the boys picked up on that very quickly. They're very good with numbers. Here's one with reading, a reading packet, teach them how to read. And then there's basic math, and then basic math. Basic math,
plus sign, all that stuff. They actually know 1 + 1, 2 + 2, but they still haven't understood what that. I don't think they're grasping it yet. But that's what it's gonna be like, teaching them for the kindergarten. Oh, this one is just more getting ready for kindergarten, just like more tracing.
Yeah, this was supplied by the school system as well. A lot of little activities, tracing sheets for shapes and things like that. So we've enjoyed that. So our approach on teaching them to read was to teach them the phonetic alphabet and then try to teach them to blend. And this was a very wonderful instrument or tool to help that. They picked up the alphabet pretty well. So this has been real nice, and to help teach them how to blend. So they would pick up at, 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 at,
yeah,
at. So this has been wonderful to help quiz them and help teach them blending. It took them a while to learn how to blend.
Yeah, so blending was a little difficult for them.
Yeah, they picked up the phonetic alphabet quickly, but the blending took about a good solid 3 weeks. But after that, they got it, and they were ready to read. And I've been a big fan of these Bob books. These are very well known, and where it's just little tiny books, maybe 10 or 12 pages long, to just teach them basic 2-letter words, 3-letter words, and so forth. This is the most basic one. It's called Matt. Matt sat on Sam. Sam sat on Matt.
Yeah, from what I hear, they say that this is for grade 1. But let me tell you, after my husband showed me that you can teach a small child to read, you don't have to wait. I mean, at least for us, we didn't. And they read all these books. They've already finished reading this, and I've shown in this channel many times how they read. And one thing also that we like about these Bob books, I mean, if you're a teacher, these ones also, these are the sight words. They have everything, and these books are a must-have if you want your child to really get the confidence, because now they think they're the smartest kids ever. They'll take the book and say, let me read for you, Nana and Papa. They run to Nana and Papa, they go to read for them. Definitely one of the most worth it books out there, for sure.
What's been very powerful is their language has picked up tremendously from reading. Yeah. Because now they're sounding it out better, and they're using the proper phonetics and things like that. They were kind of delayed in their speech, and this has helped accelerate that process.
Yeah.
First of all, we've been on the wait list for a lot of preschools all year long. I mean, they're all booked up. Most of them don't even have a wait list just because there's so many people who waiting to get on. We finally got into a preschool 2 months ago, or about a month and a half ago, and the boys got in, and they've come a long ways, but they're not, I don't feel they're ready for official kindergarten. And I just talked to the director of the preschool, and she doesn't think that they're officially ready for kindergarten. So what we're going to do is we're going to break them in. This first year, there's a new curriculum out that's kind of a homeschooling / online curriculum, where it's a kindergarten teacher who has 30 years of experience under her belt, and the boys interact with her through a Chromebook, and then we at home, we supervise their activities or homeworks, things like that. I'm sure they're going to do some tracing, reading, and things like that. And then they have access to a reading tutor for up to 30 minutes a day where they can practice their reading online. And I felt that would be a great way to help break them into a structured schedule and things like that. And it's going to immerse them in their kindergarten curriculum. And then hopefully next year, when they're a proper age, then they'll go into the official kindergarten in a classroom and things like that, and interact with the other kids and teachers and things like that.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why we're doing this, well, first of all, like I said before, they were born premature, so they've been a little behind on their milestones. But secondly, they have a very late birthday. They're kind of on the borderline on whether they should start official kindergarten or not. But again, most important is our perspective, our opinion on whether they're ready or not. And then we got some expert opinion of people who work with them, and they said they're not quite ready to go into the classroom. So we believe that this is going to help quite a bit. Now, we've heard testimonies of a lot of you have written in, and then we have some personal references of people who had the late birthday, and they said they really struggled for a lot of years. And I think brain development is very important if you wanted to excel in school and enjoy school.
Yeah.
And even when you get to the more advanced sciences, I did very well in school all through elementary, junior high, and then high school. But I was really into science in high school, and I took physics class. And the way our physics class was, our science curriculum was, you could take physics in either 10th grade, 11th grade, or 12th grade. So my freshman year, I took biology, I aced that, and then it was time for whether I could take physics or not. Well, I decided to go straight into physics my sophomore year, and I really struggled with that. And I spent more time with that class than all my other classes combined, and I was still just barely passing the classes, which was unusual because I had gotten A's on all my other classes. And I was wrestling with, should I drop this or not? And I talked to the counselor, and he said physics is such an abstract science, a lot of times it takes a little more brain development for people to do well on it. And he said in his past, in his 30 years of experience, he's noticed that a lot of kids who take physics when they're seniors do a lot better than when they would have done their sophomore year. So I did drop the class, and I took it my senior year, and I aced it my senior year. Yeah. I was the #1 student in class. I set the score on every single test. And I had the same physics teacher, the same curriculum, and he just shook his head. He was amazed at the difference that 2 years made. But I was the #1 student, and I think it just takes a little more brain development. And so I kind of look at that story, and then I look at my kids on whether they should start kindergarten now. Well, I don't want them to struggle with that.
Yeah.
So I think the extra year would be great for their development, not only emotional development, maturity and things like that, but also their brain development to be able to pick up, you know, advanced reading or more advanced mathematics, multiplication, division, and things like that, and learning history and things like that. So I'm definitely big favor of them going to kindergarten
and loving
twice.
it.
Yeah, and just enjoying
because
it.
one thing about school is that you don't want your child to hate school. You want your child to, because usually smart kids, they love school. People that actually don't do well, they hate school. And this is why children will grow up and say, I hate math, or I hate physics. But that does not mean it's hard. That means that possibly sometimes we put them in those classes before they're ready. So it's gonna be fun to have them do kindergarten 2 times, because we know that the second time they do it, they're gonna pick it up, and then they'll know that this is just a repetition, and they'll love school, which for us is a very important foundation. We want our kids to love school and enjoy school, because if you don't like school, miserable.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to have them be potential leaders in the classroom instead of someone who's just struggling to keep up, and maybe they can help some of their other students to be tutors to them if they've had it once already. So we'll see how that goes, but we're looking forward to it. So we're well equipped. We have the school supplies. We have a lot of activities for them. They're going to give us more, and then we're going to go in about a week or 2 to pick up our Chromebooks, I guess, and I'll meet with the teacher in a little more detail as far as what needs to be done and the timing and our schedule and so forth.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, and the kids love school.
Yeah.
They love
They
going.
really enjoy school. They're at school as of recording this video.
And you know, they weren't ready 6 months ago. I'm glad we were on the wait list, because they were very scared when we mentioned school 6 months ago. But when we put them in 6 weeks ago, they were ready for it.
Yeah, they love it. When they don't have school on the weekend, they say, Mommy, when are we going to go to school? I'm shocked that they love it that way. I wish we were able to get in the physical school, but next year. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I will link down everything for the school academic. I know we don't do this kind of in-depth videos, but I know that they've helped a lot of you, some of you, when it's come to day in their life. So we wanted to show everything so far what we have, and we're gonna be having more. And as we have more, we'll make videos. A lot of times when I'm gonna talk about the school, the videos are usually day in the life. If you see a day in the life, we're gonna probably show what we are doing and their progress. We have shown them to you reading, we've shown them how they write, we've shown them how they do a lot of things to show how the teaching is going. And definitely my husband is the mastermind behind everything when it comes to teaching. For me, the only thing that I do is the handwriting, because I care about the handwriting a lot. That's the only thing that I teach the boys, but otherwise everything is my husband that he does.
All right, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully that helped.
Bye.